What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Bare Basic Lawns. Today, like I mentioned in my last video, I'm just going to be kind of goofing around today. Not really much to do in the lawn. We just had a hard rain this past couple nights, and it's pretty saturated. And honestly, guys, I don't know what happened, but I have so many ant mounds popping up. And honestly, that's what I mean. Like, I think I mentioned it earlier in my videos in the earlier year of this year that I don't know why they always pick my lawn. Like, I'm looking at my neighbor's lawn right here. I don't see one. Okay. But I showed you the one, I think in my second to last video, I think it was. I think I showed you. It was the one right here by the like right here. Okay. But then that's kind of where it cuts off. I don't really see any other ones. Okay. Back here. I kind of walked the house earlier just to see how everything looks. And everything looks good, as far as, nothing. Oh, hey, Danny. She came to say hi. Okay, so as I go from the back fence, okay, here's one. Here's a big one, right there. Okay, here's another one. Here's a big one. Okay, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5 within 20 feet. Here's another one. Here's another one. Here's another one. 2 more. 1, 2. Here's another big one. Here's another one. By the tree. I see these ones are here's one here. Here's one there. Okay, I see that one. I see another little small one right here. I see another little small one. Kind of hard to tell probably on camera, but I'm just showing you guys the big ones. That one, there's one over there. Okay, that's all just from this side. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, here's another one by here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's another one right here by my tire. 9, 10. There's another little small one. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 mounds, guys. I literally just count them out, and I just showed you. I don't know what it is. That's just on this side. Then I come over here, and there's another one right here. There's another one right there. You guys see that one? There's one right here. There's this big sucker popping up in the flower bed, or whatever. There's the bush bed, whatever you want to call it. Okay. And then there's also another one right there. So what did I say? 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. They're kind of separated, but they're probably the same colony. 24. 24 mounds, guys. I don't know. I don't understand it. I'm looking around. I'm looking around my neighbors. I'm the only one. I don't know if that has to do with me fertilizing and I got healthy nutrients for them to eat. I mean, I just don't know. And it's weird is there's none in the back. I don't get it. It's only from the from the from the fence to here. I just don't get it, guys. So I'm gonna have to get some spray and start spraying the lawn here because they're everywhere. I just don't get it. I don't know, guys, but I just noticed that this morning when I came out here and I walked the yard a little bit. I was like, holy crap! There's a bunch of ant mounds just everywhere. So I don't know why, looking around, I don't see any other ones. I'm sure maybe if I walk the neighborhood, I'm sure I can't even really find even just here. I mean, they are kind of small and everything. You know, I think I would have to kind of get on the sidewalk and walk the neighborhood. But anyways, guys, that's enough of me rambling on. So what I'm gonna be doing today, guys, like I mentioned earlier, I'm gonna try and I'm gonna get this tree here. Get the tree. I already got my little thing here. The ground is just so wet. I don't know if I want to maybe do the irrigation because back on that other side over there, on that side of the house, it's pretty saturated, and I just don't really want to feel like running through mud right now. Just the way the rain was this weekend, it's very saturated, very wet back there, and I don't really feel like trampling through mud. So I think what I'm gonna do today, guys, I'm gonna try and get that tree done. I'm gonna work on the lawnmower, and then depending on how this week pans out of my schedule and the sun, that's another key factor too. With the sun, that it gets darker earlier. I'll see how it goes. Maybe I can squeeze it in a couple of days. It does go fairly quick. I did notice that it does go fairly quick once you hook up the hose and then the sprinkler heads and then you start cutting it. It does work fairly good as far as time. So I think I'm going to try that out, guys. But in the meantime, let me go ahead and get that tree done. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Really appreciate all the support. And let's go ahead and get this day going. It's a beautiful, cold day, kind of. It's overcast. I don't know if you guys have been noticing that in the video, but it's a little overcast. Feels good. And let's get some of this lawn work done while we still have some daylight and it's still feeling good. So I'm gonna get this tree. I'm gonna get the tree right there, cut out a little bit. Maybe dig out some of the grass that's laid behind in there. I'm gonna go ahead and get this going. So we got the tree all cleaned up. I'm not really too worried about cleaning this up right now at this very moment because come March time, I'm going to get rid of the tree. I don't like the live oak. It looks great, but I don't want it. But me and my wife, we want to put the red maple in the front, and I'm going to tear down that back tree and then I'm going to buy another one here to put there because we really like that tree and it looks beautiful, and that tree just sucks. But I don't know. I want to come over here real quick because I don't think I've ever introduced you guys to our other cat, Binks. Hi, Binks. I don't know if you guys can see her or not, but she is one of the best cats next to Danny. We moved here 2021, and we think that the previous owners of my in-laws' house left her behind because she knew like the layout of the house. And like a week or so, maybe a couple of days after we moved in, she just showed up, and she's been with us ever since. And we can't be more thankful to have her in our life, and Danny, of course. But I don't know if I ever showed you guys, but she was right there at the window. I went and get some water, and just wanted to say hi to her and introduce her as part of the YouTube channel family. But anyways, guys, so got this tree cleaned up, and that's really all I kind of want to do with it for right now. So I mean, I'm going to replace it anyway, so I don't really care about trimming it or making it look nice, and because mainly, you got these stupid acorns that are coming in, and I just don't like this tree. And my neighbor told me, yeah, you're gonna have problems with that down the road. So you're gonna get rid of it now. And that's what I'm gonna do. And we're gonna replace it with that red maple because that tree sucks. In the mulch, I notice all of its leaves, it sheds year round, it has acorns, and I just don't like the tree. So I'm gonna replace it this year. But in the meantime, guys, yeah, the ground is very saturated. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get going on this mower so we can get this done. So with this mower, guys, is what I mean. So I go and try and pull it out, not on the heavy roller, but if I go and here, let me turn it around for you guys. But if I go and see how the tires are not really doing anything, I think it's because the blades are hitting the bed knife and it's not causing the rotation. So even if this is how I normally move it, it moves just fine this way, right? But see, before, when I would try and move it this way, it would move. But I think because it's caught on the bed knife, it's not causing it to work. So this is what I mean, guys. See how the tires are dragging? I'm gonna try and fix that because I don't think it's supposed to be like that. I think it's supposed to be a little bit looser. So that's what I'm gonna try and do today, guys. Um, yeah, I don't know if I'll get to the budget irrigations. I mean, it's too saturated out there when I was doing the tree. I think I'll work on that next week when it kind of dries out a little bit. But why don't we go ahead? I'm gonna get some screwdrivers and let's try and get this going. All right, guys. So I've spent the last 15 minutes or so trying to find the directions just to make sure of how the bed knife and the screws work. But if I remember correctly, I remember that the front screws is gonna pitch it down, and then the back screws will raise it up to level. So what I'm gonna do is just turn it just a teeny little bit. I remember in the directions it says every 1/16, which is nothing, just a quick little so that's all I'm gonna do, and we'll see what it does. So I'm just gonna turn it just a little bit, okay, and then just a little bit, okay, and let's see what that does. So before I can move it just nice and free. Oh, okay. See, maybe just one more little turn. Just one more little turn. Just like that. Just like that, okay. So again, no problem going this way, but it was this way. See, there we go. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get a paper test going just to make sure and make sure it's cutting. And then if not, what I'll do is I'll hit the back screws because I think it was like this as to why it wasn't moving the way I wanted it to. So if it was like this and then I hit the front screws for it to go level, if it's not level, then I'm going to unscrew the screws in the back to bring it up to make it level and then hit with the blade. So let me go ahead and get some paper and let's give it a try. So the easiest way to figure out if you're cutting good or not is just grab you some paper, and all you're going to do is just hit the points where you're going to see. Let's see if I can, you guys see that? I don't know if you can or not, but you're just going to go, oops, see that's not cutting. That's not cutting. That barely cut. That kind of cut. That didn't cut. So let me get some adjustments. So I want to try and bring it up. Okay. All right, let's try that. it's still not, still barely. That one cut. That one didn't. So it seems like the middle is working pretty good. It's the edges that's having a problem. Let me see something real quick. Okay, so I really tightened it, but what I noticed is that it's not moving when I'm pushing it right now. See, this is why they say in the directions not to overdo it, because if you overdo it, then you're going to lose your spot, and it seems like it's going to be a pain to get it back to where it was. So I think what I'm going to do is just fiddle around with it. Give me a minute, guys, and I'll get back to you, okay? Okay, guys, so I've been fiddling around with this thing for an hour, and I finally threw in the towel. I looked up the manual online. Doesn't really say anything about it, just says to adjust it, you know, using the screws, okay. But I'm trying to fiddle around with it, and honestly, I've gotten to this point where screw it. I'm looking it up on YouTube and to see if I can find anything about resetting it or change the height of, because from what I see now is everything, you know, I'm getting it to the sweet spots where it's moving. When I move it back and forth, this, you know, this is moving freely like I want it, but then it's not cutting. So then I try and adjust it to where it's cutting, and then the middle gets nice, and then the edges are not cutting. So I just don't know, guys. So I said, screw it. I'm throwing in the towel. I went on and tried to see if I could figure out what to do. So mainly what I'm going to do from what I saw online is I'm going to do the cutting bar, like the guy said, adjustment. So what I'm going to do is unscrew all this, then unscrew this bolt here that's keeping it in place, and adjusting it, keeping it centered or whatever you want to call it, keeping it adjusted, and then screwing it back into place, and then screwing the bolts for what it is. Because even, oh, okay, so now from what I see is that, yeah, there, okay, hold on. So very interesting, guys. So from what I see here, move it over a little bit more. From what I see is I've messed it up so much now is that this back screw, it's not even touching. So look, here's a piece of paper. Man, it might be kind of hard to see, but maybe like this. The can you guys see that? The paper is going in between the screw. And even the same thing on this side. You guys see that? It's not even going in there. So the front ones are touching and the back ones are not. So that's very interesting. So what I'm going to try is, I'm going to just see, I'm just going to make it touch. Okay, so that's touching, hand tightened. Okay, now that's touching, hand tightened. Okay. I'm going to loosen this up to the same thing. Okay, so that one. I can see it, guys. It's not touching. And then this one here is not touching. Okay, so, and this is not moving really at all. I'm just gonna, you know what, since I've already messed it up this much, I just want to see something. Okay, so all the screws are the same way. They're all horizontal, I guess you could say. And it's still kind of, let me see. Okay, so very interesting. So the screws are not touching at all that cutting bar thing. I can fit this piece of paper through every screw, right? I can fit it through every screw, but it's still touching the bed knife. So I'm pretty much at the point where, yeah, I'm just gonna reset this thing. So in the direction, or for that video that I saw, they called for a 1/2 inch socket nut. And I'm just gonna, he just said to just unscrew it just a little bit. Don't take the screws out. Okay, so that, okay, so I saw the cutting bar move. There, see, now it's moving. So then now he says, you want that sound, you want that real sound. Okay, so this is freely spinning. It's not making a sound, right, guys? So now that I put this up, it's hitting just what it is. So now what I'm going to do is, like he says, then you're going to want to tighten it back up on both sides. Okay, it's tightened. We have movement. Now what I'm going to do, like even in the directions that he said, I'm going to make sure these touch the set screws just the way they are. Okay. 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 So from what I did and see is that I adjusted the bed knife, took it apart, not took it apart, but I made sure there was no contact, made sure that it was all running good, lifted the screws up, this adjusted. So now let's see. Okay, I mean, it's just probably on this stupid table, but there's no movement there, so that's not good. Let me give it a paper test. Let me see what I'm working with. Oh, do I got it backwards? I guess it really didn't matter. Okay, it mainly cut from here over. Okay. Oh yeah, I could just see the gap already on this side right here. Let me just adjust it. Okay, I see it went up. And I see over here. Okay, I have contact. It did say in the directions to, I'm just going to put it down just a little bit for the front screws and see what that does. Dang, this thing ain't even moving. Let me just loosen it just a little bit. Okay, I see full contact with the bed knife and the reel, but it's just really stiff. Let me give it another paper test. It's very hard to move it. Oh, God. Okay, guys, I think I got it. Took a little bit of time after I cut the video, but it's still kind of stiff. But the key thing, it's cutting evenly. Very good. That's cutting. Very good. Very good. Right here on the edge where it wasn't before, it's cutting. Boom. I just realized that I put the handle on backwards. But that's okay. But just for this demonstration, so we're pushing it. Oh man, it's very stiff. Oh man, that's not good. Dang it. How does it? So if it's very stiff this way, yeah. You guys see that? Ah, dang it. So I think I'm just gonna call it today, guys, just for this. I think for what it is of having the mower, the blades, it's all aligned for the blades. I'm not gonna touch it yet. Like when I put the handle on backwards, that was my first attempt at when I just did the paper test on the new adjustment. And if it's cutting evenly, because we're already coming to the end of the season anyways, where it's supposed to be in the 40s, you know, this week, and if that's the case, I think I can just deal with it a little extra push for how hard it was, because that's what I mean. So like I'm really, you know, like, you know, I'm giving it some good force, and it's really hard to. And so if it only takes me another 1 or 2 times to push this for a cut this year before it goes fully dormant, then it is what it is at this point in time. It's not really going to bother me. Main thing to me is that it's cutting even. So got the tree done, got the mower done in a way, got the what was it that what other thing that I did? Oh, clean the spreader pretty good. Got that done. So the only thing left for me to do is, now that the sun's finally coming out, not a cloud in the sky, so it should start to dry out. We will probably start the budget irrigation on the other side of the house. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Always like, comment, subscribe, share, ring that bell. I'm always here to provide you guys good content. In the meantime, I'm gonna clean up all this paper that I cut, put away my tools, and I'm just gonna try and enjoy the rest of this Saturday. Or no, today is Sunday actually. And I've already fiddled around with this thing for too long, and that's why the main thing, as long as it's cutting even, that's mainly all I really care about at this point in time. Like I said, if it's only just 1 or 2 more times that this thing is gonna mow for this season, then that's not a big deal to me. If it was like June and I'm still having this problem, then I might be like, okay, what do I need to do? Do I need to go take it in? I tried the adjustment and it's still really stiff. Do I have to kind of adjust it? You know, adjust this side, you know, maybe raise this side, drop this side, or vice versa. Try and dial it in somehow, but for now, I tried doing what I could. At least I know now mentally I can try and adjust it, and I know what to do based off of that video that I saw earlier. So in the meantime, I'm gonna get this cleaned up, guys, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.
Bare basic lawns where the green grass grows, East Texas skies and a gentle breeze blows.